In this lesson, we'll begin to add text. First, I'm going to fill with some sample text. This is going to be a category over here. And let's change the font. The key is to make sure that the attention is on your work. You don't want your design to be distracting. So if your design is distracting from the work, that's not a good thing. So our goal today is to make something that will enhance the experience of the client and entice the person to buy our work and focus on our work versus anything else. So this is going to be a very simple layout. I'm going to include a graphical element, which is a line. I'm going to use my pen tool and hold shift to make a straight line. And let's add a little bit of thickness to that line. Let's make the stroke 2 points. And you've seen my illustrations. My work is very cute, and I like to have round corners. I like to have, rounded edges. And so when I go to my stroke, I'm going to change the end of my stroke to a rounded end. The end cap will be rounded. So I changed that over here. This is where your docked tools are handy, is because they give you more detail than what you'll see in your control panel. So here's the full details of what you can do. If I wanted to add an end cap to it, if I wanted to put like a fun little circle or whatever, I could do that too. Let's see what that looks like on the preview. Meh, not my favorite. That's not my thing. I'm gonna take that off. But you can see all the various end caps and things you can do. Ooh, I like dashed lines. I use them a lot in my work. So I'm gonna do a rounded dashed line and see how that goes. Next, I'm going to fill this up with sample artist information text. So you can see what I'm writing here. Artist name, probably your email, your web address, and maybe your social media icons or your handles. We're going to make sure it's in the same font. Now, when you get more advanced, you can create a style, what's known as a character style, and that will make sure that everything is in the same font and size. That's an advanced technique, but just want you to know that it's an option, so you always have the exact same font and spacing that you use if you use special spacing. We were using Open Sans, and so I'll just use Open Sans Bold for the top. And then I'll use Open Sans regular for everything underneath. We'll leave it left justified for now. So to inset it, I press Control or Command B, and it lets me inset the text. You see how it created an internal border? That's what I use to do the inset spacing, and you can see it here. Control B, Control or Command B. You can also find it, you know how it is, and it's just like all the other Adobe software. You can find it in 6 different places. I believe you can also find it under Object, and you scroll down, and it's under Text Frame Options. So let's zoom out again. All right, so now our preview shows that we have our category up here, and we have our artist name. These 2 things are going to be fixed. Like, this is what our layout is going to look like. So we want that on every single page. Here we'll have the same artist name that we have here. All right, let's paste it here. And we'll also include the email. It looks a little awkward on 2 lines. Delete that space. Add a vertical line as another design element. That's too close to that outer edge though. Let's adjust that. It won't print on some printers because it's too far out in that 1/2 inch margin. And what I did there in order to shrink the box directly to the text that I had was I double clicked on the handle, and it automatically shrunk it on that side. If you click on the corner handle, it will shrink both sides to fit. And I'm going to place it right around here. I'm eyeballing it. You could measure it exactly with a guide. My guide was loosey-goosey, when I placed it, so I can go up to my control panel 0.43, yeah, 0.4375. Perfect. All right. So then let's have it snap to that. Perfect. Snaps there. Now it's perfectly aligned to that top margin. Look at us. And this text is also perfectly aligned to that top margin. And if you wanted to get really exact, we can make sure that this line is perfectly aligned to the edge of the Y. And we can adjust our horizontal dashed line so that it has a more similar relationship like the other one. And that about covers it for the basic text in our document.